Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 3, Ruined World. I was trying to rest between episodes, but I got the monsters nearby message. And then I found this group of zombies. You suddenly realize that you're being watched. You look carefully and see undead all around you, skeletons and zombies, watching you. When you spot them, they flee, disappearing into the woods. You've just been spied upon. So it seems we have not fully removed the source of the undead infestation here. Unfortunately, while the physical body of Vakos has been dispatched easily enough, I can't quite deal with his spirit just yet. So I'll have to go deal with other things and then come back. One little thing that I did notice while exploring some off-screen, doesn't it look like this offshoot of the mountain range has something inside it? But I can't figure out how to get in there, at least from this side. That's an odd place to put a secret passage, isn't it? Interesting secluded valley here. In this isolated vale, you find a stone circle. Huge, carved stones covered with abstract designs loom over you. The place is almost overgrown and clearly ancient, and beginning to sound familiar. The sky over the circle is clearer and sunnier than anywhere around, and the air seems fresher. It's a very inviting place. Enter. You intended to look at the designs and search the place a bit, but once inside, your attention is completely grabbed by the altar. The featureless stone in the center completely, inexplicably, and totally seizes your attention. You suddenly feel that it would be an excellent idea to kneel at the stone. What do you do? Oh, I wonder what random benefit we'll get this time. You walk forward and kneel. Without thinking, you put your hand on the cool stone. For the briefest of moments, it throbs with power, and you feel weak and lightheaded. Then the feeling passes and... Dispel barrier, dispel barrier, dispel barrier. Your motions are almost automatic, taking place in a strange, dreamlike state. You kneel again at the altar, yell some words in a language you don't understand, stand and walk out. When your mind clears, you feel much more experienced. You leave the circle and hike off. After a bit, you look back, only to find the stone circle has disappeared. A patch of bare ground is left behind, with no sign that the ancient circle was there. Okay. That was weird. Like we've been slightly hijacked for a moment there. Hello, Garnet. I want to see if I can get up to the headwaters of that river, perhaps. Oh. And the cat has just hopped into my lap. Say hello to the nice people on the internet, Garnet. Or not, as you do, because you are a cat. I see a blank spot down here. Which I can't seem to get into at all. Odd. I know there's a few other things to explore in these parts. Like maybe that blank spot in the middle of the woods. This forest is exceptionally beautiful. The trees seem nicely tended, and there's a great profusion of forest creatures frolicking about. Delightful. Dryad Grove. Complete with Dryad. You meet a Dryad, a beautiful, feminine creature of the woods with greenish hair and skin. She isn't as peaceful and carefree as you've heard these creatures are, however. She's distraught and has been crying. Man, it seems like all the Dryads we meet are unhappy for some reason or other. I am Esalaria, she says, in a voice choked with grief. I am trying to regain my grove! Fresh tears begin to run down her face. She stamps her foot in fury. A fierce ogre snuck in and scared me out. A Dryad's grove is her life. I'm trying to figure out how to remove it. A horrid beast, the biggest I've ever seen. It's in there now, burning my trees and killing my pets. Oh, how I'd reward someone who slew it. Her tears dry up, replaced by a furious gaze. The ogre stole some of my trinkets. Whoever slew it could have them. But there's a problem. One of you can enter my glade to the east, but only one of you. The defense of my glade are working against me now. Only one outsider can enter. That was how that one ogre got in. Please, 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 will one of you accept this quest? I'll see what I can do. If you do, just go through the trees to the northeast. My hopes go with you. She blushes, and then starts to cry again. Who should I send in? The forest is a little thinner here, and you think that the trees are glowing slightly. You can enter the Dryad's Grove here. Whether that's a good idea or not is another question. Enter. I'm actually thinking I might send Stephen in, because even without the avatar spell, he can bless himself. A chill runs down your spine as you walk through the glowing trees. You find a small, twisty path on the other side. When you look back, though, you realize that the forest seems to have changed. You no longer know the way back. This will surely end well. You reach the tangled thicket you passed through to enter the grove. Try to pick your way back out. You try to find your way out through the trees, but can't. You hear the voice of the Dryad outside the glade. She says, in a soft, caring voice, I'm sorry. My glade must be saved. I can't let you leave until it is. Well, good thing I saved recently. You reach a shadowy glade. There's something very cold and unwelcoming about this forest, as if a malevolent force has taken care of it. In the glade, you see a gremlin. It doesn't attack, however, it just stares at you. Gremlin. Friendly gremlin. For now. A nasty little gremlin is grinning at you. I'm a gremlin. What use do I have for names? It gives you a toothy little grin. I should be helping you get further into the grove. But just being helpful wouldn't be very gremlinish, now would it? It emits a little high-pitched laugh. Tell you what, I'll help you if you can answer my riddle. I have 1,000 little knives. My hands are red and white. You can give them to your maid to make things turn out right. What am I? I don't know. Give them to your maid to make things turn out right. Roses, maybe? My first thought was playing cards for some reason. Correct! I return. I shall tell you this. Proceed on the path with the large stone at the entrance. Otherwise, you'll get beaten on. Uh-huh. Oh, I can talk to him again. I give the wrong answer. It looks amused. Okay, I see a snake and a path with a big rock. And the snake again. Okay then. Oh, a warg found the gremlin. I shall not mourn. Though I am sort of curious what happens if I take one of the wrong paths. Well, the gremlin did say I'd get beaten on, so I guess I would just find lots of wargs and stuff. Dead end. Spore beast. Oh, poison fungi, rather. Very similar. Another gremlin. I do vaguely feel like I should talk to you. An unusually tall gremlin, a full 3 feet, has been waiting for you. It says, 1, 2, 3, 4. You aren't sure why. 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. You aren't sure why it's saying this. It looks offended. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It pauses. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Maybe if I start with 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, 4, 5, 6, 7 I would have asked about. 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, 0! Says the gremlin excitedly. It points at the path with the large rock at the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8! 5, 6, 7, 8! It looks so pleased that it's been so helpful. Yay? Ah, this path has opened up now. So what was back here? Nothing? Nope. Snakes. Asps, actually. They dropped asp fangs. I can probably sell those. Aha. Aha. Hello? You are not friendly. That could become a problem. It's a pretty safe assumption that none of the big trees in here are secret passages. What would be the fun of navigating the maze that way? You look into the grove to the south and see a field of beautiful poppies, all of them fresh and in bloom. Their scent reaches you and makes you feel lightheaded. Your vision gets blurry. Oh, is this the only way through? Probably best to not step on the flower tiles. You step into the flowers, and sweet pollen rises from them. The scent fills your nostrils, making you feel happy and groggy. Then you fall over. You wake back up at the entrance to the grove, but your head doesn't entirely clear. Okay, at least I didn't get dumbfounded. Okay, fine, gremlin. A gremlin looks at you enigmatically. I don't have a name, but at least my name isn't a number. I'm here to help you rescue the grove. Yep, of course, I'm a gremlin. I don't want to be too useful. I can give you a hint, though. It grins enigmatically and points due north. Okay. Through the poppies. Goody. You reach the deepest part of the glade and see, sleeping before you, the ogre that took it over. It's a massive creature, much larger than any ogre you've ever seen. It snores deeply. Try to sneak up on it. I could do as the gremlin says and try going directly north. Oh, screw you. Due north from the gremlin? Hi? You carefully approach this group of poppies and notice that their pods haven't opened yet. If you were careful, you could pick some of them. Ha-ha! You carefully pick a few pods off of the powerful poppy plants. You're careful not to break any of them, knowing that doing so would unleash a big cloud of sleep-inducing pollen. Okay, so I don't see it in my special items, and I don't see it in my regular inventory. So that must just be a scripty thing. Try sneaking up on the snoring ogre. As you begin to enter the glade, the ogre begins to stir. It snorts air in and out loudly. You realize you might be able to give him a double lungful of poppy pollen if you moved quickly. Do so? Meh. You run up and hurl the poppy seeds into the groggy ogre's face. Startled, it inhales sharply, and gets the pollen in both nostrils. It reels backwards, and falls into an incredibly sound sleep. This is the opening the gremlins in the grove were waiting for. Knowing that the creature won't wake up, 50 of them run out, bind its arms and legs with thick leather thongs, and drag it off to a horrible fate. The grove has been freed! Ah. Well, I missed out on a big ogre fight then. But all is not lost. How much of this can I carry right now? Not all that much, actually. Well, I may just have to hope that this mace isn't that valuable. Amethyst has a magic mace anyway. It's probably not going to be much better than what she already has. Now to wind my way back out of the grove. You walk out through the glowing trees and find the Dryad Elisaria, however she wants to spell and pronounce her name, waiting for you. She walks up and kisses you on the cheek. "Thank you," she says. "Thank you for saving my home." With a cheery nod to the rest of you, she walks off into the wood. You try to see where she went, but realize that the forest has started to shift. The trees seem different every time you look. The Dryad's Grove is no longer welcoming visitors. Okay then. Let's grab the horses and go. Connie is still in somewhat rough shape. Okay. There's at least one more thing in the region I want to investigate. That is this long valley up in the narrow part of the mountains. You stand at the southeastern end of a long valley. Looking up it, you see, growing among the rocks, many varieties of beautiful flowers. Their pollen wafts down to you on the wind, enticing you to climb up and experience them. You're not alone in admiring the flowers. A bunch of gremlins live in this valley, and they aren't at all inclined to share. Well, that was nothing compared to some of the other fights I've been in lately. There are beautiful, breathtaking flowers growing all along this valley, exploding in intricate rainbow patterns of colors. Their scent fills the air. After years in the dark dullness of exile, the sights and smells almost overcome you with emotions. You encounter another bunch of green-thumbed, figuratively and literally, gremlins. Green thumb, but they're always drawn as purple. Though I suppose the sprites aren't large enough to actually show off their hands. The flowers growing here are even more beautiful than the ones to the southeast. However, none of them are quite perfect enough to take with. You reach the village of the Gremlins, surrounded by neatly tended rows of every flower you've seen in the valley. Irrational, irritable creatures they are, they decide to water the flowers with your blood. Steal food from me? That's a fireballin'. Though I think I picked up more food from them than they stole from me, so... Hooray! You reach the far end of the valley, passing more and more beautiful flora as you go. Finally, at the very top, you find a patch of flowers that makes all the rest look plain by comparison. In the middle grows a very small rose bush. In its center grows a single rose, a perfect specimen of the species, flawless in petal and rich in smell. If you wished, you could pick the flower and take it with you, because all of its guardians are dead. You pick a single flower, taking a bit of dirt with it so it doesn't die. You pause to admire it, its absolute perfection in plant form. The curve of its petals elegant, and the smell seemingly endless. You carefully pack it away. And that flower goes... Doesn't it go in here? No, it's just a regular inventory item. For some reason I thought it was a special item. Maybe an avernement goes into the special inventory. Perfect flower. Ability is very beautiful. This is the most beautiful flower you've ever seen. It must be magical. Even though you're hauling it around with you, it still remains perfect in its loveliness. Wow. Well, we have an object of perfect beauty, and I seem to recall a Dryad farther west who wants such an object. So I'll make my way over back to her eventually. No, nothing? Okay. Oh, nothing in there either. Alright. And now, back to civilization! With the town of Golddale, which I will show off in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody.